Hello Superset Maniacs and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to compare the winner of this year's Tampa Pro, Iain Valliere, to the winner of this year's Chicago Pro, Hunter Labrada. These guys also finished 7th and 8th respectively at the 2020 Mr. Olympia, so we can say there's a little rivalry between these two going on. Iain got the upper hand at the Olympia in 2020, finishing 7th in front of Hunter. They both qualified for this year's Olympia, so I guess a rematch is in store for us. But until then, let's compare these two Pro Show winning versions of them, Hunter at the Chicago and Iain at the Tampa. And without further ado, let's start with the front double biceps pose. I believe they're in a similar conditioning here, none of them being too sharp, to be honest. Iain looks to be having the bigger biceps, but Hunter presents better muscle separation through the arms. Hunter has the slightly superior taper in my opinion, but I like Iain's midsection more. He looks to be controlling his midsection better. Downstairs, Iain has the upper hand when it comes to the quads, but loses the calves. Overall, I'd give this pose to Iain Valliere. The front lat spread is a no-brainer. This is Iain Valliere all day, as this is probably his best pose. Actually, this is certainly his best pose. He's got an incredible taper, great lats, better quads and a much better execution than Hunter. I believe this is Hunter's weakest pose actually. His lats look so much smaller than Iain's here, so this aspect alone is winning the pose for Iain in my opinion. Side chest, and I have to mention that none of them is very impressive in this pose. However, I do believe Hunter has a slight edge here, as his chest looks much better. It looks big enough in relation to the rest of his body, whereas Iain's chest is overshadowed and overpowered by basically anything else here, any other muscle group. Hunter looks more balanced overall. He also has the better side leg, dominating at the ham and the calf departments. Hunter Labrada wins the side chest pose. Back double biceps, and Hunter may have a slight edge in conditioning judging by the striation on his glutes. He obviously wins the lower body overall here, however upper body he gets beaten. In spite of Iain's low lat asymmetry, he's got more muscle density on his back overall. He's got the thicker lower lats, the bigger traps, the bigger delts. None of them has a world-class pose, but in my opinion, Iain Valliere has the better back double biceps pose. Rear lat spread, and just like in the front lat spread, Hunter's lats look very shallow here as well. Just look at how much empty space is between the lats and his arms. Iain's lat asymmetry is pretty obvious, but I believe he wins the upper body against Hunter. He's got the better lats and looks harder. He loses downstairs again, but overall I think he does enough upper body to win the pose. What do you guys think? Who should be winning this pose? Side triceps, and Hunter is not losing this pose, not in a million years. Just like I've said in previous videos, I believe Hunter's side triceps pose is already one of the very best of all time, due to his powerful tries and great execution. For Iain though, this is one of his weakest poses. His triceps look thinner and softer than Hunter's, and he also fails to execute this pose in a convincing way in my opinion. Hunter is the winner of this pose. Abs and thighs, and both of them chose this execution, showcasing the obliques I guess, but I believe in Hunter's case he chose this execution because of his great obliques, and Iain chose it because of his weak abs. Also normally Iain would win the thighs, but here Hunter does a better job in flexing his front leg, so overall I'm giving this pose to Hunter Labrada. Last pose is the most muscular, and just like in the side chest, Hunter does not have the so much better pose, but he wins it because of his better chest, of course. I'm not saying that he's winning this pose just because he has a better chest. I believe that overall Iain does not convince me he should be winning this one, and his chest looks too small in comparison to the rest of his body, and it throws away the balance of this pose. In conclusion, each of them have won 4 poses out of 8. Hunter has won the side chest, the side triceps, the abs and thighs and the most muscular pose, whereas Iain Valliere has won the front double, the front lat spread and the back poses. But if I would choose a winner in this comparison, I think I would go with Iain Valliere. I believe that he's won his poses more decisively. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Also like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys and see you next time.